Number 5, The Warriors. The thing about The Warriors is this is actually a prequel to the '79 movie The Warriors. So if you consider yourself a fan of the movie, you should definitely check this game out if you haven't already. And I definitely think this is one of the better movie license games out there. And if you haven't seen the movie, you could probably watch it on YouTube. And the game has co-op too, and it's arcade style, so you can have a friend join you at any time, which is always nice. So if you're looking for a good co-op beat 'em up, you should definitely check out The Warriors. So with that being said, let's move on to number 4. Number 4, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Mortal Kombat, but this is a great game. And even if you're not into Mortal Kombat, this is still worth checking out. And the game has co-op too, but unlike The Warriors, it's not arcade style, so if you want to play co-op, you gotta stick it through the entire game, which kinda sucks, but it's still a nice addition overall. So with that being said, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, Yakuza. Yakuza is an open world 3D beat 'em up with RPG elements. And the game actually has a pretty big focus on story, so expect some lengthy cutscenes here and there. But if you're looking for a beat 'em up of more elaborate story, you should definitely check out Yakuza. And I definitely think the series deserves more attention. It's popular in Japan, but definitely not so anywhere else. It's a shame because I think it's a really fun series. Some people like to compare this game to Grand Theft Auto, but honestly this game's almost nothing like Grand Theft Auto. Yakuza is more like games like Shenmue or even more recently Sleeping Dogs, but even those games have their differences. With that being said, you owe it to yourself to check out Yakuza. At least give it a try if you consider yourself a fan of beat 'em ups. Number 2, Yakuza 2. Yeah, I know it's kinda cheap putting more than one entry in the series on such a short list, but hey, it's another great beat 'em up. And like I said, I think the series is underrated, so I'll give it a free pass. And most fans think Yakuza 2 is better than the original anyways. And you even go around punching tigers at one point in this game, so if that doesn't make you want to play this game, I don't know what will. Well, with that being said, let's move on to number 1. Number 1, God Hand. God Hand's one of my favorite beat 'em ups ever made, if not my favorite. Definitely my favorite 3D beat 'em up. And they just don't make games like God Hand, especially when it comes to combat and difficulty. Also, God Hand's one of the hardest games I've ever beaten, if not the hardest. But man, if you're up for the challenge, God Hand's well worth your time. And God Hand's tough but fair. And I definitely think God Hand was underrated when it came out, but thankfully it seems like the game's gotten quite a cult following over the years, so a lot more people have played this game nowadays than anyone did back in the day. So with that being said, God Hand's a must play. Whether you get it on PSN or you're lucky enough to find a physical copy, you owe it to yourself to pick up God Hand.